Hey, what is going on out there, everybody? It's your boy Chris here. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. It's been quite a bit, actually. Um, so what I'm gonna do is get into really one topic I want to talk about real quick. It's Sunday. It's just afternoon. Um, like I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these, especially live. It's been a while since I've gone live. But I wanted to take today to kind of talk about something that's come up recently with the events that have been going on out there in Minnesota and all that awful shit. Andrew Schultz decided to speak out and say how, like, oh, bro, this ain't cool, bro. Like, I didn't support this, bro. Um, yeah, buddy, about that. Yeah, you did support this. You're part of why this fucking happened. And it's why people are mad right now. People are mad at you about that because of what you've done and your actions here. The things that you've done, the things you've led to, and how you propped up Trump and leading up to 2024, the election in 2024. Um, your exact words were, "Oh, um, I support Trump because he's cool and he gets pussy." These were your words. Like you said this, it's all over this. We could pull it up. But, you know, guys like you, guys like Joe Rogan, guys like Theo Vaughn, all you Austin comedy motherfuckers prop this asshole, Tony Hinchcliffe, all you guys propped up Trump because you wanted to be able to say certain things on stage without getting canceled. When the reality was you weren't talented enough to make it as an actual comic because none of you motherfuckers are really funny. Like Tony Hinchcliffe, not funny. Theo Vaughn, not funny. Joe Rogan, not funny. And Andrew Schultz, yes, you, buddy, not funny. And again, you propped up this guy. You helped lead to this happening. Despite all the evidence that Donald Trump was going to do every fucking thing he said he was going to do, that he is now doing. And now you're clutching pearls and like, oh shit, bro. I didn't know that this was gonna be a thing. Fuck, man. I didn't see that coming, bro. I didn't know, bro. I just thought he was gonna be like trolling, bro. I thought it'd be for the lulls, bro. That's why, that's right. Right, Rick. Rick in the chat. What's up, man? I didn't know leopards could eat my face. Yes, and that's gonna go to another thing I'm gonna talk about a little bit too, with old Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna dig up in her too because she deserves some retribution here too. So there were a lot of people on the left who were saying about Andrew Schultz's recent revelation of come to Jesus moment that, oh, we should welcome him with open arms. No, fuck no. I'm not welcome. The only thing I'm giving have for Andrew Schultz is this is a go fuck yourself. I'm not opening my arms for that fucking dude. And if you do, you're stupid because he's playing you again. He's playing your ass. You're about to fall for the okey doke, and you're being blind to the facts. I'm not playing that shit. No, he says this now, but I guarantee you, if he could vote for Trump again, if Trump could run for a third term, thank God he can't, at least for now. I guarantee you, he would vote for his ass again because that's who he is. Andrew Schultz is one of these fucking dudes. Like it just shows, like if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, You should probably sit down and shut the fuck up somewhere and not talk about the shit. Like, it's good, and don't get me wrong, it's good that Andrew Schultz is calling out, like, the awfulness in Minnesota and that people have been killed. That's good that you're calling that out. It's great that you're calling that out, quite frankly. Everybody should be saying the bare minimum of what he said. And it's not that he's wrong in saying what he said. It's just that your motherfucking ass shouldn't be out there saying shit because you got us here. You put us in this position where we're dealing with this shit right fucking now because you use your platform to prop this dude up. You're responsible for this. And until you say, oh, fuck, man, I played a role in this, I was fucking wrong. Here's what I really need to do to make shit right. And we see that action. No one, I'm not taking you seriously. If other people choose to, that's y'all. But I'm not being so forgiving because it's not. It's too easy for these motherfuckers to play you. Don't believe me? Look at Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was all on that, went in front of Congress, testified about how bad Trump was and all this other shit, went to jail and all this shit for the man because he defended him. And then the first chance he gets when Trump gets back in power, now all of a sudden he's saying he was coerced into saying what he said in the New York trial. Or they pressured him into saying what he said, despite the fact that, dude, you brought shit to Congress, bro. You brought receipts, you brought a check. So which one's the truth, Michael? Is it what you're saying now, or was it what you said in front of Congress? Because you lied to Congress, that's perjury, and you should go back to fucking jail. So see, this is what these motherfuckers do. And if you look at this shit with Michael Cohen right now, he's doing because he's trying to not be all up in the Epstein list shit. Because he knows what the fuck happened. Because he knows what his boss did it back then. And he doesn't want to put his name out there with it. So whenever you bring up the Epstein list to him, he freaks the fuck out. So that's part of it. That's that whole thing, right? So you've got that happening. And now you've got, and I guess the fun one's gonna be old Barb's there, Nicki Minaj, who has decided to, I guess, embrace the coonery and has sold her whole ass out to Trump, probably to get her brother out of her pedophile brother out of jail, and probably to like keep her husband out of jail, who's also a piece of shit. Like for her to be talking about like children being used and mutilated and stuff in Nigeria, like bitch, your husband can't go near a fucking school because he's closer to because he'll get a visit from Chris Hansen. And so will your fucking brother in jail. Bitch, shut your ass up. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You sold yourself out. And the irony of all of that is talking about immigration and stuff. Hey, Nikki, you're not from here. You're from Trinidad and you came here illegally. You thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. We caught your ass playing Gallagher. We knew it was you. And now you're simping to Trump because you think he's going to make you a citizen. You were flashing that gold card the other day, like, I got my Trump card. I got my Trump card. I'm on my way to citizenship. And they were like, actually, no, bitch. No, you're not. That was a symbolic card. It's not legit. It's just a gift. It's fake as fuck. You're not on the way to citizenship, and we could still deport your whole ass. So I hope Daddy Trump's ass tasted great for all that salad tossing you did, but I guess he didn't prefer jelly or syrup. Because and that's the especially funny part because she expected the black community to stick behind her and rally behind her. Ah, she thought her fan base would support her with this shit. No, no, we don't. I mean, I'm not part of your fan base. I don't like your music. I think it's trash. But I also think you're trash. You've now proven me right as you are trash. So there's that whole deal, right? So these people, you cannot trust these people. Like I don't trust Andrew Schultz. I don't fuck with Nicki Minaj. I should have never believed Michael Cohen, which is why I don't trust Andrew Schultz. Because the second they can turn and go back running to daddy, they'll go back and run to daddy because he thinks daddy will protect them. So all you Austin comedy motherfuckers like Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan, all of y'all can eat a corn cobs a long way as far as like y'all speaking out now. Like you're speaking out now. Like you didn't have evidence he was gonna do like Trump was gonna do everything he said was he was saying he was gonna do. He only spent an entire election cycle saying he was gonna do what he's doing. And now y'all are like, oh shit, he's actually doing it. I didn't think he would do it. Fuck. What made you think he wasn't gonna do this? Like, seriously, what made you think he wasn't going to do what he's doing? What made you think he was fucking joking? And now we're all in this hell because of people like you, or people didn't take it seriously, or people that didn't think, oh, he's not going to do that. That's just talk, campaign talk. Really, it's just campaign talk. Hey, what's up, Joe? It's just campaign talk. Him singing once on the campaign could be considered campaign talk. Like he says it once and never says it again. That's campaign talk. When your whole fucking campaign for 4 fucking years is I'm gonna do all this shit. Fuck the Constitution. Fuck all this. I'm going on a retribution tour against my fucking enemies. I'm gonna throw people in jail. I'm gonna do mass deportations. I'm going to be a dictator. When all of that is said for 4 years and you don't believe him, you're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb. What they need to hold up a sign that says I'm gonna do awful shit. Like what the fuck did you need to make that decision? But oh no, black woman bad, or she's a fed, or she laughs weird. She laughs weird. And to everybody who's going to her book tour now, being like, why don't you say something? Why don't you do anything? Motherfucker, she tried. She warned us on the campaign trail the entire time, like, yo, if you vote for this dude, we're fucked. Like, where's Obama? Like, Obama wasn't out there saying the same shit. Or Biden wasn't saying the same shit. Or anybody wasn't saying the same shit. Like all the people who said, like, don't vote for this, it's gonna fuck you, he's gonna fuck us all. Y'all still voted for him, and now we're all fucked. Just like they said. You did it to yourselves. Seeing all these videos of farmers angry. He said he's gonna save my farm, and now I'm gonna lose everything. Well, I wish I could say I feel sorry for you, but I don't because you did it to yourself. For people who are like, or for all the immigrants, you're like, was it the people who wrote the "I voted for vote for Donald Trump" song, the Cubans? They did that down in Florida. They were dancing on stage and like getting down, like we'll vote for Donald Trump. All the motherfuckers got deported. Now they're in Cuba, like we shouldn't have voted for Donald Trump. Yeah, you look what you get. And now y'all are like, or the guy who opened the Trump burger place in Texas. I opened a Trump burger. He won't come after me. What do you mean I'm being deported? I made a whole restaurant based on this motherfucker. And I'm not safe? No, motherfucker, you're not safe. Because he told you he's coming for you. Like Brock Lesnar, he's coming hard. Ugh, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit saying that, but fuck it. I mean, it's true. Like he fucking did everything he said he's gonna do. This motherfucker's like, and y'all are mad. And it goes back to what Rick said in the chat. Like Peter North. Like Peter North. Yes, like Peter North. He's coming hard. And like Rick in the chat said, I didn't know the leopards would eat my face. Yes, the leopard eats your face too. Why? Because it can. When the whole party that helped prop him up is like, well, what he's doing is fucked up, but we don't care. I mean, you've got a couple of Republicans who are like, yo, this is way too fucking far. But even those that are doing that are all leaving office, so they don't fucking care. So now they're like, fuck it, we can speak out. It's like, well, where were your balls like 4 years ago? Where were your balls when you impeached him? Where were your balls when they were needed? Now we don't need your balls. You can go ahead and put them back in Trump's purse or Melania's purse or wherever the fuck they were, because now we don't need them. Fuck you. If you prop this shit up or you urge this or you help lead to this, and now you are clutching fucking pearls because of what this motherfucker's doing, unless we see real action from you, I don't want to hear a goddamn word out of your fucking mouth about how flabbergasted, shocked, and upset you are. Unless you put it to action that she helped make changes to get this motherfucker out of there, shut the fuck up. I don't want to fucking hear it. Because the time for talk is over. I don't want to hear you say shit. What are you going to do about it? That's what I want to see. Are you going to urge your support, your audiences to like look at what's actually happening and turn the tide the other way? Turn the tide so that like things change, or are you just all talk? Because I know what side of that I'm on. I'm angry. I'm fucking pissed. I see what is happening in Minnesota and like what happened in Chicago and like what happened in Los Angeles and like what's happening here in Baltimore and like what's happening in my home in places all around the country. And I'm angry. And it's about to happen in Springfield. It's about to happen in Springfield, Ohio. And I'm angry. I'm angry because For some ungodly fucking reason, despite the fact that some I 99% don't believe that humanity deserves shit, I still fucking care. And it's because I care that I'm fucking angry. And it needs to stop. Now, I don't know how to do that. Protesting ain't really getting it done. You know, I'm not saying do anything violent because that's not the answer either. Because that'll just lead to a bunch of world war shit. And we don't need that. The only way to change it is at the fucking ballot box. You can protest, but no, if you protest, they're going to come at you and you may end up dead on the street, like Renee Good or Alex Preddy, or like Keith Porter Jr. You may end up dead like those three people did. So if you protest or if you go on the streets to fight back or push back against it, know that you're putting your life at risk because these ICE agents, they don't fucking care. They're gonna kill you. They've proven it already. They don't care about your life. They don't care about anybody's lives. They will put you at the barrel of a gun and pull that trigger in a heartbeat. But what can you so if you protest, you have to be careful. You have to keep your head on the swivel. If it starts to get crazy, you have to get the fuck out. That's the only thing I can recommend. But the only other way to really stop this is at the ballot box. You got to get off your ass and fucking vote. You got to get off your ass and fucking vote. And if you don't, I don't want to hear a fucking word out of you. You don't get the complaint about it. You don't get the complaint at that point if you don't vote because you didn't take it seriously enough to do something when you had the chance. Now you don't have a chance. And if he gets his way, there may not be midterms. If you look at what they did in Georgia, they went in, they literally had Tulsi Gabbard on site in, I can't remember what city it was, stealing voter data. What do you think that was for? They're going to manufacture the idea of voter fraud. They're going to manufacture the idea that the 2020 election was stolen. And they're going to try to say that because of that, we can't trust the electoral process. And so until we can get it sorted out, we're going to cancel the election. That's what he's going to try to do. That's what he's going to attempt to do. When that happens, we need to be ready to fight back, bro. We need to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be ready for that. We need to be ready. We need to get mobilized. We need to have a plan in place for when this happens. What we need our governors to do, and you need to reach out to like the governors of your states and make sure that the polling places are protected by law enforcement so that they can't intimidate you into voting a certain way. Your vote is your voice. Your vote is the power you have. You have to wield it properly. Like this shit's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And and the fact that like I said, this pearl clutching by people now that were all up on his side that propped him up, I don't want to fucking hear it now. Not from y'all. Not from the Austin comedy scene. Not from those hack motherfuckers who wanted to literally go on stage. Who wanted to be able to go on stage and say the call people R's and N's and all kinds of stuff and not get canceled, bro. Because it's funny, bro. Is it really funny, or are you just not funny enough to make jokes without saying the R word, the N word? Like, which one is it? I know which one it is. It's the fact that none of y'all motherfuckers are actually funny. And I'll die on that hill. Like, honestly, who the fuck knew who Andrew Schultz was before recently anyway? Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is Tony Hinchcliffe? Like, who the fuck are you motherfuckers? Theo Vaughn. Who the fuck is Theo Vaughn? The only person I've ever heard of was Joe Rogan. And that's because he did Fear Factor back in the 90s. And he was covered and he calls UFC. That's why I knew who Joe Rogan was, but I didn't like and news radio, right? He was on news radio. But other than that, like he's had maybe two funny jokes I've ever laughed at in his entire career. Oh, and he ruined Carlos Mencia, which was a national service for that joke stealing hack motherfucker. But other than that, he hadn't done shit. The rest of these guys, I have no idea who any of them were until recently. And I wish I could go back to a time where I didn't know who Andrew Schultz, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Theo Vaughn were, because life was so much better when I didn't know those guys existed. It was great not knowing who three hack comedians were. And while we're at it, I'll add Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura to that list too, because life was better without them too. It was so much life was it was a simpler time when comedians were actually funny and worth a damn. Those were good days, man. Such good days. A much simpler time, as old people would say. But those times have changed, and we must change with. We must now relegate people like Theo Vaughn and Andrew Schultz, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Joe Rogan. Well, Rogan, let's be real, Joe Rogan's not going to go anywhere. He's set for life. But Brett Kreischer and Tom Segura, we must all do our part to relegate them back to the dustbin of hackness. I think about Patrice O'Neill and what life would have been like if he were still with us. I wonder what he would have said about Donald Trump. You want to talk about a comedian that was actually good at what they fucking did, a fucking master of his craft? Patrice O'Neill was one. And I wonder what he would say about the Austin comedy scene because I guarantee you it would relegate them to playing relegate them to middle act and yuck yucks at Pawtucket. That is awesome, Joe. They're too good for yuck yucks. Put them in fucking, I don't know. Where's a really shitty comedy club? Um, I don't know of any really. Like, put them on like an open mic night. The Burlington Coat Factory. Put him at opening mic night at Burlington Coat Factory. Jesus Christ, that would be great. Put him on the cover of Middle Act magazine with Paul Michael Mercurio. That's what you do with them. If you know, you know. Mickey's new club at the Bowman. Is this matches or is this the other? They're not good for the Laugh Factory. They got to go to the Laugh Factory outlet. Damn. What's Mickey's new club's name? Rick Matches? Is that arson? Look, we love you, Mickey. We love you, dude. I don't care what anybody says. The hottest club in Baltimore. You goddamn right. If it's not, he will burn it down for the insurance. I need to stop before I get sued. Need to stop before I get sued. Anyway, yeah, yeah. This is a pop up thing. I wasn't expecting. It just popped in my head because I saw like people talk about we should forgive Andrew Schultz. Yeah, I know I have 2.4 people listening. Yeah, and it's you and Joe. That's who I got listening right now. But the funny thing is, I will probably have more people watch it on like a replay, watch it actually because they'll see like, oh shit, Chris went live. Because I have like supporters out there. They do exist, god damn it. The sport I had was in the final edition. Your audience for the final edition is literally right here, Joe. It was me and Rick. So it's all three of us were listening to the final edition. It was us. We're the audience you had. But nah, speaking of that, all that stuff, shout out to all of the podcast family. Shout out to Rich Dow. Shout out to my co-host over at the My. Oh, look, the phone lights lit up. Ah, oh shit, Sally. Sally, you there? Did we lose you? Oh, we have another caller on the line. Sal Lee. Okay. But yeah, you listen to your boy Chris on 72.8 FM. Oh, damn. Oh, oh, that is brutal, but that's funny. But yeah, shout out to my guys over at my co-hosts, Rich Dow. Shout out to him and Jermaine. We did a Q&A on the Patreon last night. Broadcast from Easton on Eastern Avenue. More like Acorn Circle in Towson. That's where I moved the antenna. I could kind of hear him. Oh shit. I'm getting roasted on my own live stream. By my friends. You're supposed to be my friends. But no, shout out to Rich, shout out to Jermaine, my co-host, rocking the beat for a quarter thousand university. Oh, oh shit. Shout out to Dirk and Maximus from the Minority Report, my co-host there. Shout out to Fatty. Shout out to Fatty, our former co-host on the Bio Geeks. Um, its WNSC had better coverage at night. It did. It did. Broadcasting live from Linthicum at the Liberal Arts Building. Oh my God, I'm getting brutalized right now. Oh shit. Um, but yeah, I recently was on with him. We did a really fun little pop-up episode. It was good to actually talk with him. Um, we shot the shit, talked about the Humane trailer, stuff like that. It was fun, man. I had a blast. And WNSC had just as many listeners, yes. Um, Also, shout out to my boys over Spitball Media, Shaheen, B Show, Brian, and John Draper. Um, I'm gonna put this out there. I don't know if you're gonna see this, John, but I'm always nervous about this. But if you see this, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I would love to get together with you and record something about comics. I know, I know. I think it's something that you haven't really talked about much because I know you used to own a comic shop. So, John, if you're willing, this is me openly throwing the invite out to get together and record something sometime. I don't know when, I don't know how. I'll figure that part out and I'll reach out when I have that all figured out. But I do want to do that. Shout out to, like I said, B Show, Shaheen and John, especially Shaheen, 'cause he's been going through some shit because of what's happening in Iran. Um, he is Iranian or Persian. I'll call him Persian because, god damn it, that's what they were. They were Persia before they became Iran. Um, Free Iran, by the way. I don't care if people get mad at me saying that. Fuck that. Everybody deserves to be free. And my Iranian brothers and sisters are over there fighting for their fucking lives. And I say brothers and sisters like they're related, but they're not. But they are our brothers and sisters in this life. Um, so they have my unyielding support in their fight to be free, and may they be free from the repressive oppressive regime over there. And that's all I got to say about that. Shout out to Mission Joey from Wrestling Soup. Shout out to the late great Kevin Castle. Shout out to Don Tony. Um, Shout out to Drew Yari. Shout out to Jeff Lipman over at the Garden of Thought. Shout out to Cleric of Chaos and Cheating Death podcast. All these guys are all people I've become friends with over the past like couple years doing like podcasts and stuff like that. It's all like this weird little family, and everybody seems to generally care about each other and stuff like that. Um, Shout out to my own crew. Shout out to the Grizz, Keith, Matt, Rick, and Joe in the chat. The whole Towson crew. Like shout out to everybody. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the nudging and fucking stuff that you got me to do this in the first place. By the way, guys in the chat, we still to get our shit going. I haven't forgotten. We still got to figure that out. And we're up to 3 people now. Ha ha! Look at that. Up to 3 people. Whoever the third person is, jump in, say something, say hey, introduce yourself. I have a terrible desire to have people ignore my content in another medium. What? Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, this whole thing, man, like, oh my god. Like, so wow, I said people can go fuck themselves if they're on the whole Andrew Schultz like turnaround thing, and people got all mad in my comments. And it's hilarious. People are like blitzing me on Twitter or X or whatever, like, oh, you think he can't be forgiven. I didn't say forgiven. I just said he can go fuck himself right now. And I stand on that. I stand on business when I say those things. Y'all think I say it just to say it? No, I mean that shit with my whole chest. Fuck Andrew Schultz. Like, yeah, I have a terrible desire to have people know my content in the medium too. Like, that's what. Like, yeah, we do that. That's what part of this is, man. Uh, One of the things I've learned from doing shows is sometimes you fail. Sometimes you don't get the traffic you want to get unless you do random shit like I do and it gets people noticing. Um, I think I'm not gonna front, Joe. If you did like a video thing or did like the stuff you do for your website in video format, and you broke down the characters and stuff for Justice League stuff, I think you get a lot of traffic if you did it on like a video format because you know this shit, and you look at guys like Comics Explained or Comic Pop, like these. No, you're not, dude. No, you're not. You're not. No, you're not. I'm telling you. There's always for as much as people think they know about this stuff, because I thought I knew shit about Marvel, and then Rob from Comic Explain like whooped my ass. Okay, there are two channels off the bat who already do it. You know what? That's true, but they're not you. You can have your own spin on it, dude. It doesn't. So what? Fuck those other channels. They ain't you. Like the stuff I talk about on here. Other people talk about all this shit. Fuck them. They ain't me. They don't have my spin on it. They don't have my way of talking about things. That's the difference. Not tooting my own horn or anything because I'm terrible at this. Quite frankly, I think I'm terrible at it. But what you get from me is not. I'm not rehearsed. Clearly, I didn't rehearse this shit. Right. There are tons of shows like The Minorities Report or Football or Bucks and O's, but they don't have what we have. Like The Minorities Report, it doesn't have Dirk or Maximus and me. We're going to come at it differently than other people are going to come at stuff. Or like Rich and Jermaine on football. They're going to come at stuff differently than anybody else, or me and Rich on Bucks and O's. Like we've made it fun with how we do things. And there's a specialness to how you present stuff that no one else has. And that's how you build the channel or you build an audience. And I guarantee you, when we do our thing, there's going to be nothing like it because no one is like you, me, or Rick, or Keith, or Matt. No one is like us but us. No one has that chemistry with each other like we do. And that's why stuff works. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's kind of true. I don't know if they're working hand on another Keith. But yeah, like I said, man, there's a lot that goes into all of that. And like I said, if you don't have to take every bit of your website and make it into like a video format. But if you took certain stuff like episode recaps, stuff like that, or character bios, from your perspective, it would work, man. I'm just throwing it out there. Just because, like, I said it before and I said it again, man. I'll say it again. I want to build us all up to that. what little bit of success I've had doing what I'm doing, I wanna lift us all up, and I don't even think I've been that successful, but what little bit I've had, I wanna lift us all up to that because I think we could all do it. I think we could do it if we did something, and I'm gonna stand on that. But yeah, so, what's this going, about 45 minutes? Yeah, been about 45. I'm gonna have some fun here. Oh, something I saw recently, and it was kind of funny. People are apparently mad at Randy Blythe, the singer of the metalcore band Lamb of God, because he's being political and calling out Trump. And my response to that is, have you ever listened to a Lamb of God song in your life? I mean, ever? Like, As the Palaces Burn? Omerta? Um, anything from them? Because he's never hidden his stance on politics. Like, this dude did a whole fucking album about his time in a German prison and the history behind it. That is one of the hardest albums that I've ever heard. But yeah, we're gonna go through Ashes of the Week. Now you've got something to die for. You know. Oh shit, what's up, Dirk? Haha, we're at 4 people now. Look at that shit. Haha. Didn't think we get more people, but we did. But yeah, you've got, I don't want to get too much into too much more that's been going on because it's just craziness and just ridiculousness that, oh, I got a like. Whoever did that, thank you. Whoever liked this, thank you for like. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I really do. I believe in giving back to the people that support me here. Like I said, I don't do any of this for like money or anything because let's be real, no one paid to hear me say shit about shit. Um, but people do seem to have a genuine interest in what I'm saying. So I do appreciate that. Um, I don't have really much else to get into. Another like, look at that. 2. We're up to 2 likes. Hopefully get more before I'm done here. But like I said, I wasn't gonna go too much more into anything else because uh like I said, this world is kind of fucked up right now, man. It really is. And it's just you feel you feel like shit's getting going somewhere darker than it already is. And another like, thank you. And let's be real, it's already pretty dark. And it doesn't feel like it's gonna get better, right? It doesn't feel like it feels like it's getting worse. Um, And being completely real, it is getting worse. It's getting a lot worse. And honestly, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. On another like, thank you to that person. But the one thing that we can do is not lose sight of the light at the end of the tunnel because it is there. We just gotta try to get to it. We're gonna be a modern day Akira. Jesus Christ. No. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Uh, let's just hope it's not an oncoming train. Yeah, that's true, Rick. It might not be. It might be. And it's like I said, I hope that people realize that for as hopeless as things are, you cannot let the lack of hope crush you. You can't let it break you. No matter how hellish you think things are. What with AI and March of the our day goes in the shell. Yeah, I worry about that. The ghost in the shell. I think it's already there and we're fucked. But I just hope that we can get to somewhere where things can get better and that the people who are not quite there, I guess was I could put it, who are not seeing things, the reality that's in front of them, can open their eyes and truly see it. Because without that, nothing's going to change. We're not going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to get better. And we're just in the spot where it's just going to get worse. And I don't know, man. I just, like I said, I'm angry. I'm scared on some levels. I'm worried about the people I care about. Um, all those things at once. And it can be kind of soul crushing. In my case, it's especially because some of the people I care about aren't here. They're like far away from here. And right now, I can't do anything about that. But like I said, things will get better before they get worse. Things will get better. It has to. It has to because if it doesn't, I don't know, man. We can't be that fucked. At least I hope not. Anyway, I've gone for about an hour here. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Get some stuff done around my apartment. Uh, put away my laundry. And generally, like just try to enjoy like life for a day before I go back to work tomorrow. So that's another thing. Like, enjoy yourself. Like, I'm not really doing anything major. I'm probably gonna watch a movie or so watch some TV or something, but it's the little things, man. Um, on the plus side, the cats have come out. Their Urate's come out more. That's good. He's coming out more during the day. He was sleeping under the bed earlier, and he let me rub his belly for like 2 seconds before he tried swiping me. So we're making progress. We're making progress. Eventually, he will let me rub his belly without swiping at me or trying to bite me. SW. Yeah, small win. Um, he has kind of calmed. He's kind of chilled out a lot from when I first got him. Oh, still swiping. Yeah. Oh no, he swipes at me when he'll let me pet him for a little bit, and then he'll swipe at me because it's like, okay, that's enough. And I'm like, oh, you like the pets? He's like, I said enough. Whack. I was like, okay, fuck you then. So he's also become like the bed hog. He does not like when his sister gets on the bed with me. He's like, no, this is my spot with daddy. So I'm trying to break him of that habit, letting her like get on the bed and stuff because it's not just for him. Especially when he lays in the middle of the bed, like, oh, I'm comfy. It's like, dude, move. You don't get the middle of the bed. That's my spot. The middle of the bed belongs to me. And he's like, no, bitch, that belongs to me. And he's heavy. So when he puts his body into you, he like almost checks you like, "Ugh, you're not getting that." But I love that boy. I love them both. Like they've really helped me not be. That's right. Not my dog spot, not my liver spot, not a kidney spot, not a spot where you got to go back to see dermatologist, but my spot. And as I dropped that beer with my left hand, I realized that these are the sands of the hourglass, and that these are the days of our. I butchered that whole fucking thing. The end of the horseman's kid is still funny as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. X Pac is Ric Flair, or 6 foot eight. Sean Waltman is Ric Flair with the fucking thick spray in the water in his eyes, who's crying like. But yeah, that was funny. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get off here and enjoy life for a little bit. Um, I would suggest everybody do the same thing. Go out and have some fun. I mean, not necessarily go out because it's still cold as balls out. I don't want to leave the house, but just find some small enjoyment, something in the small things. I am gonna go do that right now. So I'm gonna end this stream. Thank you everybody who came in to check it out. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.